The Xbox Game Pass price hike is causing outrage. It was as recently as just 1 month ago that we were given an inkling of hope that the Xbox brand might be a tad more consumer friendly than that of PlayStation's. After all, after watching their showcase back in June, it was clear to me at the time, with what they had displayed on offer, that they had absolutely wiped the floor with PlayStation, and I know I wasn't the only one to have felt that way. After suffering through and watching the bitter disappointment of the quite simply embarrassing PlayStation State of Play, Xbox has come rolling in with banger after banger of interesting and diverse games. Yes, some were a bit meh, but there was so much there that it appeared that there was something for everyone, and what made this all the sweeter was that most of the titles would be available via Xbox Game Pass. A far cry from the $70 purchases Sony was encouraging us to make on their drab offerings. Bearing in mind the economic hardships that most average Joes have been feeling in the last few years, this really made it feel like Xbox had consumers in mind, with their customer bases already depleted, pockets being fully accounted for. Some felt that maybe Xbox was really trying to show themselves in the best light possible, something many felt was incredibly needed considering they were still making up for horrendous mistakes from the past, such as their abysmal Xbox One reveal, which has gone down in history as an exemplary example of how hubris can destroy your brand. So maybe after all these years it was finally time for Xbox to look like the good guys, but nope, after all of that, they have just decided to bump up their prices and once again reinforce their image as one of the most predatory entities in the gaming space. So join me today as in this video we'll dive into the recent Xbox Game Pass price hikes, breaking down what's changed, why it's happening, and how it impacts gamers like you and me. I am Lady Decade and this is the Game Pass price hike. A case of self-sabotage or a necessary evil? Let's discuss.
You're right there, on the verge of something special.
Ah yes, Xbox Game Pass, originally launched by Microsoft in June 2017 as a subscription-based service for Xbox One. This once innovative service was designed to offer gamers access to a vast library of games for a single monthly fee, essentially allowing Xbox to position itself as a Netflix for games. Instantaneously at launch, Xbox Game Pass offered over 100 games, including a mix of first-party Xbox titles, third-party games, and popular indie offerings. The service was immediately attractive due to its affordability and the extensive game library available to subscribers. Building on their momentum, in January 2018, Microsoft announced that all new Xbox exclusive games from Microsoft Studios would be available on Xbox Game Pass on the same day they were released. This was a major selling point and significantly increased the value of the subscription, giving players even more incentive to jump in. Adding even more options, by June of 2019, Microsoft expanded Xbox Game Pass to PC, rebranded the console service as Xbox Game Pass for console, and introduced a new Xbox Game Pass for PC tier. This expansion allowed PC gamers to enjoy the benefits of the service. Additionally, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate was introduced that month too, combining Xbox Game Pass for console, Xbox Game Pass for PC, and Xbox Live Gold into a single subscription, providing even more value to subscribers by including online multiplayer services and additional perks. There was plenty of reasons to fall in love with Game Pass. Over time, Xbox Game Pass gained a reputation for providing one of the best deals in gaming. For a relatively low monthly fee, subscribers had access to a vast and constantly updated library of games. The inclusion of day one releases for first-party titles was a game changer, offering games like Forza Horizon 4, Sea of Thieves, and later Halo Infinite at launch. The service's diverse range of games, frequent updates, and consumer-centric policies such as the ability to cancel any time helped build a strong and loyal subscriber base. This commitment to providing value and a flexible gaming experience positioned Xbox Game Pass as a consumer-friendly alternative to traditional game purchasing. For years, Xbox Game Pass was hailed as a superior option compared to PlayStation's offerings. While PlayStation subscription services such as PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus offered access to a library of games and online multiplayer, Xbox Game Pass stood out by providing a more comprehensive package. The inclusion of day one releases for first-party titles meant that Xbox Game Pass was unsurpassed. This feature alone provided immense value and set Xbox Game Pass apart from PlayStation services, which did not offer the same level of immediate access to new titles. Traditionally, the service always felt like a good value for money, however, recently mood has started to shift around the product. In July 2024, only 1 month after their phenomenal June showcase, Microsoft announced a significant change in the pricing structure of Xbox Game Pass, affecting both current and potential subscribers. The price for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which combines Game Pass for console, Game Pass for PC and Xbox Live Gold, is set to increase from $16.99 per month to $19.99 per month, or for people in the UK like me, it's going from £12.99 per month to £14.99. This $3 hike represents a substantial 18% increase in monthly costs for subscribers. Meanwhile, PC Game Pass will see its subscription cost rise from $9.99 to $11.99 per month, maintaining access to day one titles unlike the new tier which will be introduced. Alongside these price adjustments, Microsoft is introducing a new subscription tier called Xbox Game Pass Standard. Priced at $14.99 per month, this new tier will provide access to the full Game Pass library, but will not include day one releases of first-party Xbox titles. Instead, these games will become available at a later date, determined on a case-by-case basis, likely between 6 to 12 months or even longer after their initial release. In addition to these changes, Xbox Game Pass for console, which has been a popular choice for console-only gamers, will no longer be available for new subscribers starting July 10, 2024. Existing subscribers to this tier can continue their memberships as long as they keep their automatic payment renewal enabled before the changes are announced. These adjustments indicate a strategic shift by Microsoft to streamline its offerings and encourage users towards the higher priced tiers rather than the previously available, more affordable options. Now, this to me feels like absolutely horrendous timing. They've just gone from looking like heroes when compared to the behemoth that is now the super corporate PlayStation to now smashing us all back into reality and reminding us that corporate greed will always come first, no matter what. I find it extremely doubtful that the average Xbox player's wages has gone up by 18% this year, but that's not going to prevent them from choosing to charge us 18% more. With the cost of living crisis continuing to persist, whoever decided the timing of this was a good idea must be a complete lunatic, as all good faith the brand has recently built has been instantly erased. It's a decision that, in my opinion, will likely result in Xbox trailing even further behind PlayStation and Nintendo. After the success of the Xbox showcase, they could have waited at least a year before they threw their reputation away again. What a terrible PR move. Microsoft's questionable decision to increase the prices of Xbox Game Pass subscriptions and introduce new tiers comes at a time when the cost of game development and licensing is rising, which is something that each and every one of us is very well aware of. One of the primary reasons cited by Microsoft for these changes is the increasing costs associated with producing and releasing high-quality games. The gaming industry has seen a surge in development expenses, and rather than taking any financial hit, it seems that Microsoft is aiming to offset these costs by passing the problem directly onto the consumer. Disgustingly, this means that consumers who have forked out a huge sum for Xbox hardware must now pay a premium if they want to continue enjoying these same services that they purchased the console for to access in the first place. Doing this mid-console generation rather than at the start is seen by many as a deplorable act. Aside from the rising development costs though, it seems that further factors are driving this dirty move. For example, the addition of major titles like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 to the Game Pass service. The inclusion of such high-profile games, which traditionally generates a substantial revenue through individual sales, in Xbox's eyes necessitates a higher subscription fee to maintain profitability. The price increase for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is seen as a way to balance the financial impact of offering blockbuster titles on a subscription basis. Furthermore, Microsoft's strategy appears to be adapting to the market trends where subscriber growth has plateaued. According to industry analysts, the subscription market has reached a point of saturation, with fewer newer users joining than anticipated. To continue meeting its revenue goals, Microsoft seems to want to draw more blood out of its existing customer base, as they have been failing to attract new players to its increasingly predatory-looking products. This is why the average revenue generated per user is being heavily targeted. The introduction of the Xbox Game Pass standard tier, along with the price increases, is aimed at encouraging subscribers to move to higher priced plans, thereby increasing the average revenue per user. So essentially they're making the prices of the subscription tiers work out like this. The bottom tier, which offers so little that it's basically not worth it, then a middle tier that is so closely priced to the top tier but offers significantly less, so that consumers are reluctantly coaxed into thinking, well, it's only a few dollars more to get the best. I might as well go with that then. A sneaky strategy used to drain 18% more out of an already loyal fan base. These so-called adjustments have sparked mixed reactions within the gaming community, with some viewing them as necessary for the sustainability of the service, while others see them as a move away from the consumer-friendly image that Xbox Game Pass had cultivated over the years. As for myself, I completely understand that the gaming industry is in crisis mode at the moment. I've made multiple videos at this point talking about it. However, I think that the timing is terrible. I realised that it's been looking like they were going to do this since about May time, and we were only waiting for an official announcement, but it felt like it would have been much more prudent to wait until 2025 before doing this at least. Obviously, I completely understand that no time is going to be a good time to announce price hikes, but only 4 weeks after a successful June showcase seems like lunacy to me. This could have all sorts of repercussions for Xbox. On the more positive side of things, the Xbox Game Pass price hike has the potential for helping to deliver service improvements and could help to result in more high quality games. An argument could be made that with the additional revenue generated from higher subscription fees, Microsoft could invest more in securing top tier games for the Game Pass library. This includes not only acquiring new titles from third-party developers, but also enhancing the development of first-party games. As a result, subscribers have the potential to see an even richer and more diverse game selection, which could justify the higher costs in the long run. Additionally, the price increase could contribute to the financial sustainability of the Xbox ecosystem. By ensuring a steady stream of revenue, Microsoft can continue to support and grow its gaming services, including cloud gaming and cross-platform play. This financial stability is obviously crucial for maintaining and improving the infrastructure that supports Xbox Game Pass. In the long term, these enhancements could translate into a better gaming experience for subscribers, with more frequent updates, improved game performance, and innovative features that keep the platform competitive and attractive. But all of that, of course, is looking at this situation extremely optimistically. Through a more pessimistic lens, these price hikes come with significant negative implications for gamers. The most immediate impact is, of course, the increased financial burden on subscribers. For many gamers, the allure of Xbox Game Pass was its affordability and value for money. Raising the subscription fees by such a noticeable margin might actually push some users to reconsider their memberships, particularly those who are budget conscious or do not utilise the service frequently enough to justify the costs. This financial strain could lead to a decline in the overall subscriber base, especially if gamers feel that they are not getting enough value for their higher price. Speaking of value for money, how annoying is it that the cost of gaming and everything in general, at the moment for that matter, continues to skyrocket? Fortunately, not all is lost though, as I know where to find up to 90% off of thousands of AAA, classic and indie games alike. Use my affiliate link and binge shop for games for next to nothing by using my link via the pinned comment. I can even get you up to 47% off Game Pass itself, so happy shopping. With regards to the Game Pass price hikes, another critical issue is the potential loss of consumer trust and loyalty. Xbox Game Pass had built a reputation as a consumer-friendly service that offered excellent value. This abrupt and significant price increase is already creating a greater perception of greed around the brand and will continue to erode the trust that Microsoft had worked hard to build around Game Pass itself. Many gamers feel blindsided by these changes, which might lead them to switch to alternative services or platforms, leading to a negative shift in brand loyalty. This erosion of trust is compounded by the lack of a clear communication and transparency from Microsoft regarding the reasons behind the price hikes. Perhaps worst of all for Microsoft is that these changes might put Xbox at a competitive disadvantage compared to PlayStation. While Xbox Game Pass has traditionally been seen as a superior value proposition, the price increases might narrow the gap between it and PlayStation subscription services. If PlayStation maintains its current pricing or introduces more attractive offers, it could sway gamers who are on the fence about which platform to invest in. This potential shift in consumer preference could impact Xbox's market share and weaken its competitive position in the gaming industry. Personally, although I'm in the extremely fortunate position that the increase in price for me isn't a particular issue with how I feel about anti-consumer practices, usually I'd cancel Xbox Game Pass out of protest. However, recently before this annoying announcement, ironically we just got our niece an Xbox One for her birthday present, and part of the gift was adding her to my Xbox family account so that she had access to the Game Pass library. This basically means that I can't cancel Game Pass, even if I wanted to, because it means essentially mugging my little niece out of part of her birthday present unnecessarily. The point was that she's too young to have her own money, so Game Pass offered a solution in that she would still have access to all the games she likes without my auntie having to spend a fortune getting them. I'm pretty sure that I can't be the only person who would be in this position too, who would rather keep their children happy and put up with anti-consumer practices. Sadly, I think Xbox knows this too. While all of this is very annoying, interestingly the story doesn't just end here, as in the United States this questionable adjustment to Xbox Game Pass has caught the attention of the Federal Trade Commission. For those like myself who do not live in that part of the world, the Federal Trade Commission, commonly abbreviated to the FTC, is a US independent government agency established in 1914 to promote consumer protection and prevent anti-competitive business practices. It enforces laws against deceptive advertising, scams and antitrust violations, ensuring competition. It has the authority to create and enforce regulations, conduct investigations, and take legal action against violators. The agency, led by 5 commissioners appointed by the President and confirmed by the Senate, collaborates with other agencies to address cross-jurisdictional issues. In their letter, the FTC accused Xbox of both causing consumer harm and product degradation. It reads, "The Federal Trade Commission writes to alert the court to Microsoft's announced price increases in the multi-game subscription and cloud gaming markets, with the district court found relevant to the merger analysis. Microsoft is raising the price for its Game Pass Ultimate product from $16.99 per month to $19.99 per month, a 17% increase year-over-year increase. Additionally, Microsoft is discontinuing its $10.99 per month console Game Pass product. Users of that product must pay 81% more to switch to Game Pass Ultimate. For consumers unwilling to pay 81% more, Microsoft is introducing a degraded product, Game Pass Standard, at $14.99 per month. This product costs 36% more than console Game Pass and withholds day one releases. Product degradation, removing the most valuable games from Microsoft's new service, combined with price increases for existing users, is exactly the sort of consumer harm from the merger the FTC has alleged. Microsoft's price increases and product degradation, combined with Microsoft's reduced investments in output and product quality via employee layoffs, are the hallmarks of a firm exercising market power post-merger. Importantly, Microsoft's actions are inconsistent with Microsoft's representations. Microsoft's price increases coincide with adding Call of Duty to Game Pass's most expensive tier, and discontinuing the console tier will happen shortly before releasing COD's newest game. Microsoft promised that the acquisition would benefit consumers by making COD available on Microsoft's Game Pass on the day it is released on console, with no price increase for the service based on the acquisition. Microsoft's post-merger actions thus vindicate the congressional design of preliminary halting mergers to fully evaluate their likely competitive effects, and judicial skepticism of promises inconsistent with a firm's economic incentives, the letter concludes. As I was writing this video, an interesting development emerged. Microsoft responded to the FTC, disagreeing with them, claiming that they believe the price hike to actually be a good deal for gamers. In their counter letter, they would write, "Earlier this month, Microsoft announced changes to its gaming subscription service, Game Pass, to provide consumers with valuable options at different price points. Microsoft is offering a new service tier, Game Pass Standard, which offers access to hundreds of back-catalogue games and multiplayer functionality for $14.99 a month. It is wrong to call this a degraded version of the discontinued Game Pass for console offering. That discontinued product did not offer multiplayer functionality, which had to be purchased separately for an additional $9.99 per month, making the total cost $20.98 per month. While Game Pass Ultimate's price will increase from $16.99 to $19.99 per month, the service will offer more value through many new games available day and date." Providing coverage on this, PCGamer.com would report the Microsoft filing contends that during the discussions regarding the company's significant purchase of Activision Blizzard, the FTC did not place heavy emphasis on subscription pricing. Moreover, Microsoft asserts that it has honoured its commitments by continuing to offer Call of Duty on PlayStation. FTC investigation or not, the recent price hikes have undoubtedly affected Xbox's brand perception, and no matter what way Microsoft attempts to spin it, a lot of gamers will now have to pay a lot more than they used to in order to be able to continue to enjoy the benefits of Game Pass. I think that overall, only time will tell whether this move will end up being a success for Xbox, or whether it's going to cause everything to come falling down. Now, do I think that this is going to cause Xbox as a company to implode? No. Do I think they are going to see a massive, irreparable loss in subscriptions? No. They'll lose some for sure, but I reckon that they will have taken that into consideration when they made this decision. I think their communication needs to be better, but this is a large corporate company at the end of the day. The long and short of it is that they don't actually care. They want to make money, they want to take our money from us. We want their games. Everything is increasing in price across the board, from fuel to food to clothes and rent, so therefore it makes sense that eventually they have to put their prices up too. As much as it's annoying right now, much like with all of our other subscriptions and bills, the prices will keep going up, and we'll moan, and then most of us will carry on paying for it anyway. It's dumb and it's annoying, but it's the way of the world. Anyway, while this is certainly the case, there are still deals to be had out there, such as 90% off of thousands of great games and big discounts on Game Pass itself using my affiliate link. Every purchase supports my work. However, if you want to support what I do in a more personal way, you can access my cosplay photo library and more by backing the show on Patreon. I'll see you all again soon.